Hey, what's up, guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So, before we get started, I forgot I need to turn my tank and torch on. That might help. But today, we are working on a ring that comes to us from Cash America over on Limb Turner. And this is a white gold ring, and we're going to a 12. So we're going, that's an 11, about an 11. And we're going to a 12, so we're going one size up. So first thing I need to do is I need to see if, you know what, it looks like I don't have to make any white gold stock. Thank God for that. So it looks like we're gold in there. So with that said, let's go ahead and cut this bad boy. It's an 11 now. So we need to go ahead and cut. Cut her right in the middle. Oh, got a crank on that thing. It's a thick shank. See, now that's a real shank there. Real nice and thick shank. Yes, sir. Alright. But let's open it up here. And you're probably going to have to go a little bit past a 12. Because you don't want a lot of tension on the piece that you put in there. Because if you do that, if there's another piece in there, it'll blow out on you. Go further. You want it to sit just a little hair under a 12 with not much tension, because you don't want a lot of tension on the piece that you put in there. That makes for a bad day. Okay, so right there, see, we're sitting like 11 3/4. You want to be just a hair under. You don't want to make it right on a 12, because if you do, 9 times out of 10 it's going to end up being a 12. It's not even going to be a 12. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be like 12 1/4, 12 1/2. So don't want to do that. You always want to be about a quarter size under your size. Because by the time you clean, file, polish, it usually is going to be pretty darn close. What we're doing now is just following the sides down a little bit. Make them a little more even. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to get us a piece of white gold to bridge that gap. So I'm going to dig in my white gold stock here. Looks like I have a piece that should work. And what we're going to do is the same thing we used to size rings down. We're going to use that to kind of try to mark our piece where we need to cut it off at, preferably. And sometimes it don't always quite work that way, but you know, hey, it is what it is. So we're going to try to mark us a little line there. And we get a basic idea where we need to cut it. So let's go ahead and cut it right there. I'm going to have to crank on this, so I can't really film this part because I got to Well, damn, that thing don't want to cut, does it? Let's flip it around this way. See if we can get it cut through that way. I'm gonna have to grind that down a little bit. That's pretty thick. We're not grinding down. We're gonna use a cutting disc to kind of cut through that line that we made. So we got a little line there, but I can't cut it with the regular clippers. I'm cranking down on it. I still can't get it. So what we need to do is get us, where is our flat locking pliers? Flat locking pliers, where are you at? I know, my menagerie of a desk here, I know. So if you had your shit in order, you could find it, huh? Yeah, I kind of like it this way, organized chaos. I know it doesn't seem like it, but most of the tools that I use are kind of in one central location. But every now and then I got to dig for something that I hadn't used in a while. It's not all the time that I have to do that. There they are. Alright. Maybe this is them. Yeah, there we go. So we're just gonna grab onto the piece here and try to use our cutting disc to cut that down just a little more so we can actually cut through it. Alright, we might be able to cut through it now. Let's see. We're going to find out here in a second. There we go. Alright, where'd my other piece of white gold go, man? Oh, it's on my lap. Okay. I was gonna say, dang. Alright, so we got our little piece cut now. Now what we're gonna do is file these sides down, and then we're gonna cut like a little groove that kind of helps it lock into place in the ring. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side here. Alright, now let's see if we can't get this to lock in there. And she is locked in there for the most part, kind of. There we go. So now we got our piece locked in there. Now what we need to do is go ahead and get it set up so we need to weld both sides, weld our piece into there. I have to adjust the camera a little bit for you guys. And I need to scoot my seat over a little bit for you guys. Now we're going to switch to a 5-tip. That's a 3. That's a 7. That's a 3 again. That's a 7. Hey, maybe we'll try it with a 7. No, we don't want to do that. Burn the ring up for sure. Where the hell did my 5-tip go? Don't tell me I lost it. That's the 3. That's the 4. That's a 5, but that's not the 5 I'm looking for. What the hell? Hold on, let's break. Alright guys, you're gonna go through this with me, okay? Hold on, let me close this back up real quick. Never mind, I think I just found it. I found it. It was hiding under a bag. Hiding under one of these bags over here. So you guys don't have to go through that with me now. We found the 5 we were looking for. We'll go ahead and put that on there. Let's go ahead and light our torch up. This way we can get it kind of ready to rock and roll here. Alright, now we need to dip our ring in some boric acid and denatured alcohol here. And set her on fire a little bit. Okay. I need to mix some more of the boric acid denatured alcohol up. I'm running kind of lean there. That's okay. Now we are using white gold solder because it is white gold. If we were to use anything else, if you accidentally weld it with yellow, it ain't gonna look right. Then you're gonna have to cut that piece out and start over, and probably end up having to put a bigger piece in there than you originally had to. So always want to make sure you're using the right color solder for the right color gold you're working on. And if you ain't got flux, remember, if you ain't got flux, you ain't welding shit. Just remember that. You can, but it's not going to pull through quite like it should, and you're not going to get a strong weld. So always want to try to make sure that you got flux on there. Except for jump rings, I don't really use flux for jump rings. You usually don't need it for that. That's probably about the only thing you don't need flux for. But when you're trying to weld a bigger piece, you're going to need it. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. See if I can keep you guys in focus. I seem to be having trouble doing that lately for some reason. Alright. Here we go. Let's heat it up. Heat her up. Heat her up. Ring keeps wanting to turn on me for some reason. Let's hit this from the top for a minute. Alright, we kind of got that one side partially welded. So I want to go ahead and get the other side welded, because being that this is already an 11, it's probably already been sized before. So to keep a piece from blowing out, we're just going to get the solder kind of going in to one side. Then we're going to do the other side, get it going, and then we can pull the piece through on both sides. There we go. See, we got it starting to go through on this side now. Make sure it pulls all the way through. Alright, we're going to have to add a little bit more, just because this is a wider shank. And sometimes wider shanks take a little bit more solder. Now if it's a regular size shank, one piece is usually going to be sufficient for you. But this is a little bit of a wider shank, so I have to draw a little more through there. But let's go ahead and grab our solder. Okay, I think we're all the way through on that side. Let's go ahead and grab our solder for the other side here. Okay. Okay, I think we are all the way through, except for on this one particular side here, for some reason. Put us another little piece here. And we're just going to try to get this to draw through on this side here. Now, like I said, you normally won't have to use that much solder, but this is a wider shank, so it does take a little more. There we go. I think we're done with the welding part. Let's make sure it pulled all the way through though. No, I don't think it pulled all the way through the bottom on one side. Looks like it did on one, not this one though. So let's go ahead and zoom back in. But it looks like we pulled through on this side, not so much on this side. And you want your solder to pull through all the way on both sides there. There we go, pulled through on that side. And it looks like we're pulled through on that side as well. Yep. Alright, now we're good. Now these are diamonds, so we're not really... Oh shit, I did it again, guys. Got the neck shot. We're not worried about dipping it in water. They're diamonds. Now remember, I made a video about the different stones. If they weren't diamonds, we wouldn't dip it in water right away with it being hot like that. But we got our piece welded in there now. It's pulled all the way through both sides. Now you always want to try to save as much little bit of gold as you can, so we're going to go ahead and cut these little itty bitty ends off here. Well, so much for saving it. It just went into my drawer, but that's okay. I can grab it out later. And that side, I don't think there's enough there for us to cut, so we're going to leave that how it is. Let's see where we're sitting at right now. Now we got to file that inside piece out a little bit first, so let's go ahead and do that real fast. Go ahead and knock that out. This way we can get a better idea, because right now there's too much gold on the inside there. And this way we get an idea of where it's really sitting before we go beating on the ring a little bit to make it bigger. Alright, let's see where we're at. So we're almost to 12. So we're sitting at about 11 and a quarter now. So let's round this out with a rubber mallet first. A little bit. Round that out just a tad. Let's see where we're sitting on the other side. Kind of about the same. Let's go ahead and file that inside down a little more because it's still kind of humped up there a little bit. Almost there. Alright, let's see where we're at now. So we're about 11 and 3/4. Let's grab our ball peen hammer now. And we're only going to tap on the bottom. We're not going to tap on the sides or anything like that. You never really want to tap anywhere on the sides with a ball peen hammer. Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to file these sides down a little bit inward. Alright, let's go ahead and get the inside even now before we go tapping on it anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and see where we're at now. So we're still about 11 3/4. Okay. Okay, we're almost there, not quite. This is a nice, thick, wide shank on this ring. It's the way a shank should be. Should last them quite a while. Okay, we are almost to a 12 on the money. Alright, now we're not going to beat on that anymore. We're like a tight 12. So you can see we're like a tight 12. By the time we finish cleaning this up, it's going to sit perfectly right on a 12. So let's go ahead and finish cleaning the inside up first. Alright, now we need to go ahead and switch to a different type of rock here so that we can do the top on the outside. Get that filed down. Okay. Now we're just going to file the back side. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to file these sides down with a file, and basically we want to get it even with the shank. You can see right now our piece is sticking out. You can tell where it's at, but you want it to be even so it'll blend in. So let's get our little wedge contraption here, and get your metal file. And we're just lightly going to stroke across the sides. We don't need to push hard or anything crazy. Just very lightly. Because if you push too hard, then what you're going to do is you're going to end up grooving into the shank itself. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to blend our piece that we put in to where it matches the rest of the shank. That's all we're trying to do. You can see that's blending in a lot better now. We've got just a little bit more work to do on this side. Okay. And we got that side blended in. Let's do this side now. And this side's coming slowly but nicely. And you don't want to, you want to do single strokes. You don't want to go back and forth like this. Just single file strokes. Like I said, we're just trying to get it even. We're not trying to groove into the shank. You push too hard, you do it too aggressively, you're going to mess your, you're going to groove into the shank. And we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to make it even. Alright, looks like we're about where we want to be on the sides. So now that we got the sides fairly even, now what we need to do is we're going to run it across the top where our piece is, kind of get these jagged edges and kind of make it a little more uniform with the ring. And then we're just going to run across the top a little bit. Kind of get that hump out of there. Okay. So we got our piece in there. Got it blended in real nicely. Let's check our size one more time here. Oh yeah, we're sitting basically right at a 12. Kind of a tight 12 right now, but that's going to sit as a solid 12 by the time we're done finishing it and polishing it and everything. So let's go ahead and smooth out the inside with a silicone wheel. And then we'll come back and do the outside and the sides. So let's go ahead and do that. Hold on just a second, guys. I might have to adjust you a little bit here. But just a little bit more we need to get out of there. Scratches, that is. And we're still just working on the inside here, getting the scratches out. Alright, we pretty much got the inside taken care of now. Oh, no we don't. Hold on. Let me do this top part here. Okay, now we need to switch to a different silicone wheel so that we can smooth out the outside and the sides of the ring. Okay. And basically what we're doing is we're just getting a lot of them deep scratches out of there. Alright guys, we're getting there. A little bit of a slow process here, but it takes time. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get the sides now. Take care of that. And we'll kind of do the inside here, the edges a little bit, just so that it isn't super sharp. And hit this top one more time a little bit. Okay. Now we got to do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, I think we are about as pre-polished ready as we're going to be. Let's check our size. 12 on the money. 12 on the money. Alright, let's go drop this in the ultrasound real quick. Then we'll come back and polish it, and then we'll look at the finished product. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that ring. We're ready to get this sucker polished and clean and see how this turns out. Now we're not going to rhodium plate it because that'd be an extra $50 charge. Plus, I think white gold looks better polished in its natural form anyways. But that's just me. But unless they specifically say rhodium plate, I don't. Just because white gold looks better in its naturally polished form. Not only that, you're wasting money. To re-rhodium plate it, you're going to have to do it like every couple years. It don't last very long, so every couple years you're spending 50 bucks or more depending on where you go. And white gold I think just looks so much better in its natural polished form than the rhodium look. Look at that. Ooh. Getting there. And ideally, like I said, by the time you're done, you shouldn't be able to tell where the piece was added at all. If you can, then you didn't quite do it right, but that's okay. When I was starting out, I couldn't do it either, but you know, it just takes time and practice. And after doing it for several years, you just get good at it. It's like anything else, you know, the more you practice, the better you get, you know. Now I'm going a little bit more over this bottom part here because I didn't really file it down a whole lot because I didn't want to bend the shank out. So I'm having to do a little bit more buffing to get some of them scratches out. But that's why I'm hitting that over and over just a little bit more than usual. Ooh, look at that. Look at the shine. Ooh, it looks good. All right, let's get these sides cleaned up a little bit. Hell yeah. Look at that. Alright, let's hit this other side here. Ooh, look at that. Man, oh man. Oh yeah. Alright, let's get the inside straightened up here. Get it polished. Hell yeah. Ooh, look at that. We got some rouge on it, but you can already tell the difference. Look at that. Alright guys, I think we have got this thing polished the way we would like for it to be. Alright guys, check that out. Oh boy. Alright, let's go drop it in the ultrasound and we can come back and look at the finished product, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So today we're going to be working on refurbing these two bracelets. I already put them in the ultrasound already, but they want them refurbed to make them look brand new again. So that's what we're going to do. This one will be a little tricky because we'll have to do each 4 sides of this bracelet. Whereas on this, it's flat, so we just got to do the 2 sides. But that's what we're going to be working on today, guys. Let's go refurb these 2 bracelets. This probably won't be too long of a video, hopefully. Unless your boy is retarded and does something stupid, which I don't do very often, so that's always a good thing. You see how dull they are now. Look how dull they are. See how dull that is? See how dull that is? And you're going to see the difference here in just a little while. We're going to make these things look like brand new again. Make them look like they just come out of the showroom floor. Get the clasp done real good here. Get the clasp good, just get it go into real good detail. Get the jump ring real good. Alright, now let's go ahead and do the whole bracelet here. Now we're going to do the same thing going the opposite direction here on the same side. Alright, so now you can see the difference. If you look at that side, look at that side. Massive difference. Big, big difference. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Alright, now let's hit the other side here. Or not the other side, same side, just going opposite direction. Alright. Oh yeah, that looks better already. We'll get the side of these end tabs. Now I do not recommend doing that on your buffer like this sideways unless you have a variable speed buffer where you can make it, you know, slow or fast. Because we're on slow right now. I would not do this way if your buffer is cranked all the way up on high. Make for a bad day for you. Now we just got to do the sides real quick of the links. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Alright guys, now look at that. Looks like an entirely different bracelet just about, don't it? Let's put that back together. Check that out. Don't even look like the same bracelet, does it? Alright, I'm going to go drop this in the ultrasound real quick so it's got time to clean a little bit. First I need to check. Actually, before I do that, I forgot I had that white golden ring in there that I need to let clean. So we're going to go ahead and polish this other bracelet here. My bad guys, got to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. And let's see if we can't shine this sucker up. Make it look like brand new too. It already almost don't even look like the same bracelet anymore. Oh, tried to get away from me, didn't it? It tried, it tried. So you gotta hold on very nice and tightly. Hold on, something I want to see real quick. Okay, makes sense. I was just looking at the clasp because I was seeing how it was movable. I see it's got a, it's kind of like them kind where it has the ball, lets it move. I was thinking that maybe it was broke or something, but it's not. Because normally they don't move, but I have seen them like that, so we are good. And looks like a, look at that, it already looks like a new bracelet. Alright, we got the clasp and the ends done. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the chain. We're going to have to do all 4 sides here of this bracelet. Then we're going to do the same thing going the opposite direction on the same side. Okay, now we need to rotate the one side and do the same thing on that side. Okay, and then we're going to go the opposite direction on that same side. Okay, now you can already see the difference in that. Now we're going to rotate to the next side. And we're just going to repeat that until we've done all 4 sides. Okay, we got that side done. Now the last side here. Sorry guys, take just a second here. Been doing a lot of repairs today, so my neck was kind of killing me by hanging this camera around all day. So, but no biggie. We suffer, or I suffer for you guys, man. I'm here for y'all. And we're just going back on the same side, opposite direction. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side here. Give me just a second here. Gotta adjust the camera a little bit. Alright, got one more side here, guys. And then we're going to go drop it in the ultrasound. And we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. Alright, guys, take a look at that. What a big difference, huh? Look at it now. Hell of a lot better than what it was before, huh? Alright, let's go drop it in the ultrasound and we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. We'll be right back. Well, you guys know what? I'm a retard. I didn't realize I was still filming the white gold ring that we were sizing, but here's the white gold ring. What a bitch. Alright, that's fine. But we got the white gold ring sized to a 12. You can see we got her nice, cleaned and polished. Looking good. Yeah, I thought I forgot that I hadn't finished that one yet, but damn, that's all right. But there's the white gold ring. We got it finished. It's a 12 now. But I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna drop these bracelets in ultrasound. We'll come back and look at those as well. And this is just gonna be one big long video. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back with the bracelets as well. You can see we got this one all nice, clean and polished. Got it refurbed. Looking good. And then here's our other one. And I think I ran these videos together. So we're probably going to get a couple repairs in one video here. Unfortunately. But hey, like I said, I'm still learning, man. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a tip or donation, the link for that will be down in the description, but it is not required. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're looking for jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. And if you're not in the Jacksonville area, I recommend Stellar Jewelry, which I'll have the link for that down in the description. If you're looking for jewelry for Christmas. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. Also, I have a Twitch stream that I'm working on, also a reaction channel on YouTube. I'll have the links for that down as well. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys, and hopefully I don't screw up the next video. But anyways, it's the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I'll see you on the next one.